Aloha kakahiakas. It is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. And so this is the update that I did not want to have happen, but it happened. It's happening. So Marcus went to meet his wife last night. He said to talk about the financials and finalize things and find out what's going on with the divorce. And then I saw the little dot where he was at dinner, and I saw the little dot moving to her place because I know where she lives. And I decided to text him, "Are you going to her place?" And then he calls me. He's like, "No, I'm coming home." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, how'd it go?" And he said, "Well, there's still some unresolved things, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "So are you reconciling?" He's like, "Well, it's complicated." And I flatly said, "It's not complicated. You're either staying married or you're with me." And he said, "Most likely we're gonna stay married." And I was like, I just hung up the phone at that time because I was like, "Why, are you fucking serious?" So if you feel like that's probably what's going on, that's probably what's going on. I felt it this whole time, and he wouldn't be honest with me. And I was potentially going to be offered a job back in Hawaii with like the city and county, which would have been great. And then they found out that I was off island, and they said, "Oh, do you have any a timeline for returning to the island, because we need you to be on an island?" And I said, and I thought about it, and it really like hurt me, the thought of leaving him, because I love him. I am in love with him, and so I knew in that moment that I had to turn them down, because how could I leave him? I should have left him. I was gonna stay, and I would have moved up with to his dad's farm if that's what he was gonna do, and live there, because I just want to be with him. And no, I don't know. I feel like a dummy all over again. And like I was just a placeholder. And we had a conversation last night when he came home, because I don't know, I needed to have a conversation, and he was not coming over to see me, so I sent him a text message. He was in the house. So he came into the room, because I'm sleeping in Rambo's room, and he said that when he was on his vacation in Poland with his dad, which was March, because we went to Hawaii in December for my birthday. We had a good time. February, we went to Big Island. We had a great time, I thought. And then he went to Poland, and he told me last night that pretty much the whole trip, his dad was telling him not to go through with the divorce. So, like a good little soldier, he does what his dad says. And I said that to him last night. I said, "Wow." Because he does not want to take over the business. But that's his dad's legacy, so he feels whatever obligation to take it over. And he always said, "It's just too much money for me to not do, because it's a lot of money." Okay, but is it gonna make you happy? I mean, that would be great, right? You don't have to worry about anything, but whatever. And I was gonna stay with him, but I told him, or well, last night, I don't know, I'm off track in my conversation here. I told him, wow, so you're just doing what your dad wants. So this is what you want? This is what your dad wants? I asked him whatever, and so, I don't know. I'm interested to find out what he actually said and if he even defended me in that. Listen, I look like how I look. You know, I'm the age that I am. But he seemed to see me. He seemed to love me. But I see her and she's beautiful. I told him this from the beginning. I was like, wow, she's beautiful. Are you sure you want to be with me? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, well, are you really sure? Because I don't want you to have any unresolved feelings. And he said, yes, he's sure. I tried to dissuade him, but here we are. So maybe I move back to Hawaii. Maybe I don't. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I even get through today, because I don't know if I can get through today without crying, but hopefully. I knew this was gonna happen. Yesterday I was kind of like just floating because I was so concerned. But when he left last night, I said, okay, good luck. Because I thought it was just gonna be financials, but well, there you go. You know, and he keeps saying, well, we have to stay together because, you know, her car insurance or whatever, it's gonna be too much of a financial burden for her. So maybe I won't pay him rent this month or next month because it's going to be too much of a financial burden for me. I think that's what's going to happen. What an asshole. She's beautiful. She's almost a doctor, a PA, and I think she took Ozempic recently, so she's probably thinner, and she's, did I say younger? She's like 13 years younger. So, and she has that English accent they all love. And here I am just crying, and nobody cares. And that's the update.